And now, live from the Steel Twins recording studio in beautiful Traverse City, Michigan, it's your boys, the Cannonball, the Cannon, the Steel Twins. Good evening, everybody.
Yay.
It's Monday night, and you know what that means.
That's right, baby.
It's voice acting night, and folks, we are not alone.
That's right.
Joining us this evening are two of the voice actors that have applied through our advertisement on the gaming page. First and foremost, in the top left, he goes by the handle of Keyblade Sonic, aka. Is it okay if we use your real name? Yeah. So Keyblade Sonic comes to us with 5 years of voice acting experience. I took a listen to his demos, and I was wildly impressed. So if this thing works out, he'll be a regular on our streams. And then in the bottom left, joining us is okay. I apologize in advance, but what should we refer to you as? Misty Jin from Twitch. Misty Jin. So, yep. She is what is known as a VTuber. Something that's something that I've just recently learned about, and it's quite fascinating. You can catch her on Twitch every now and then she'll be playing the role of Alita Tiala this evening, and Keyblade Sonic will be playing the role of Clavier Gavin. And last but not least,
may I introduce him?
Yeah, go ahead,
folks. He is one of our dearest friends. We met this gentleman in wrestling. He is on the top upper right-hand corner with the blue hair. Give it up for Josh Dickerson, aka. Well, we call him Mr. Press 479, but we call him Josh Dickerson.
He's Josh to us because he's in our hearts.
Yeah.
Yep. The innuendo master is in the house.
And thank you, Maddie, for joining the stream, joining the chat. But it says I can't hear anyone else.
Oh, hang on. Let's try it now.
Yeah, try it. We're gonna try that. We're gonna try that now. Yeah.
All right.
So basically,
we're gonna start over again. So. Okay, I usually mute the music in the background to keep the PlayStation music from bleeding through, but I didn't realize that that's where the Discord audio was coming from. Oh my gosh. So, Keyblade Sonic is up in the upper left-hand corner with us. He's done voice acting for about 5 years. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. So I've been doing voiceovers, as you mentioned earlier, for 5 years. I started doing it as just, all little funs and giggles. And then I decided people have been asking me, hey, you should use voiceovers. You ever thought about doing it? So I got curious during the pandemic, took advantage of it. And here I am. I'm actually having a lot of fun with it. So I do a lot of things outside of voiceovers. I do YouTube. I co-host a podcast. I do cosplaying at conventions. I do a lot of I did a lot of cool things. So if you ever follow me, I guess I could plug in my stuff after the show or before. Just let me know, and really look forward to being here.
Sure. Yeah. We'll definitely. You can plug away.
Yeah. All good now. Good to know, Maddie.
Yep. Yep. We're all set with that. So Misty Jin, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I've been voice acting on and off for about 5-ish years or so. And for about the same time, I've been DMing as a 5e DM. It's a 5e DM and designing my own system since. And beyond that, I mostly just play games and try to make everybody stay a little bit brighter.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? And that's what we're about here at the Steel Twins Gaming is just, we play games with a lot of dialogue in it, but sometimes we'll just throw in the oddball title and just have fun with it. And then our old buddy Josh in the top right corner with the blue hair and the bad attitude. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So, first of all, I've always kind of wanted to break into voice acting. I've been doing impressions since I was 6 years old. I'm a consummate nerd all around.
Mm-hmm.
I'm into wrestling. I'm into D&D. I'm into cosplay. I'm a big fan of Comic-Cons. I post singing videos on my TikTok every now and then, and I'm just really happy to be a part of this live for the first time and not just in the chat, man.
Yeah, we're
yeah.
so happy to have you.
Me too, man.
So
Holy smoke.
So yeah, we've been dying to get this case resolved. So just in case you're wondering, fans, we are going to have the conclusion to Turnabout Corner, and if you don't know what's happened so far, here's the skinny. Yeah, yeah, that's the word. Today's word is panties.
All about the undies, baby.
Oh my God. So yeah. A series of 3 incidents happened. Phoenix Wright, the titular character from the last series, and he's a prominent feature. He's a prominent character in this Apollo Justice series. He won't be in this episode, I believe.
I think he is.
He'll have 1 or 2 lines, but he got hit by a car. And he wasn't even bald, and he didn't even have a goatee. Josh will get that reference. But in the process,
he said so.
Right, and then and at the same time, a noodle stand was stolen right from the gentleman's house that owned it. And last but not least, in a nearby park, a murder has taken place.
Dun dun dun.
So what the heck is going on? Little do we know that all 3 of these events are heavily connected. So I can't wait any longer. So we got to do this little ditty here. If you have a cap to your bottle or a pin on your drink, you go ahead and pull that pin back or twist that cap off. Hey, package, what time is it?
It's time to get bombed.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, everybody.
Gentlemen, can I step in
There
for
you
just
go.
one real quick second?
Sure.
What?
On behalf of the wrestling community,
Yes.
a great name in the echelon of wrestling history is the man that started, in my opinion, one of the first factions and responsible for all the factions we have today has fallen. The first of the Horsemen is gone. And I want to just throw up one more to Ole Anderson. Rest in peace, brother. And I hope you're wrestling the Von Erichs right now.
Yep.
Amen,
Yeah,
brother.
hoping you're cracking a beer with Fritz up there.
Yeah, buddy.
Cheers.
Cheers, Mike.
Yeah.
That's my sentimental piece for tonight. Now let's get to the panties.
Let's get to the mayhem. So,
Live scene. Here we
live
go.
scene here. And now I'm going to have to make some quick adjustments to this. Give me a second.
I hate to say this, but what's the character I'm doing?
Scott, hey, look who joins. Hey, thanks for liking the stream, brother.
Yeah. So the character you're going to be portraying, Josh, his name is Wocky Kitaki. He is the defendant in this case. He was seen in the park. He is the son of the. He is the only son of the Kitaki family mob boss, or mob family rather, in town. And he actually has a bullet lodged in his heart, right where his blood vessels are. And at any moment, the bullet can puncture his heart vessels and hemorrhage his heart and kill him. Though
Is that my bestie bitch just joining the chat here?
what? Huh?
Yep, Scott Ryan. That's the
look at
guy.
that.
He
Dawn
just.
Marie is in the chat.
Oh,
now.
Dawn! Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Having technical
That's for you,
difficulties.
Dawn. I love you, baby.
Really? No.
Well, we may have been having technical difficulties. I mean, it's possible. But let's go. We've waited long enough.
All right.
So we're opening the doors to the courtroom. Load game.
Turnabout corner.
Let's get this over with.
Oh,
Not really.
Scotty fucking Ryan joining the
There you go.
chat.
Oh, there
Yes,
he is.
indeed. Yeah, the mayhem can start. So
Mr. Freetown, Mrs. Marie, it's a good night.
it's a good night to have a voice acting.
Oh, I see how it is.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the conclusion to Turnabout Corner.
Good news. The check cleared. It's go time.
Let's fucking go.
Okay, here we go. June 17th, 9:52 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2.
All right, we'll go nice and slow here.
This is it, the big day. Did you get any sleep?
Yeah, I went to bed at 1 a.m. or so.
Oh, what time did you wake up?
3 a.m.
Whew, sounds like a bender.
It's only 2 hours, Apollo.
They
But
gave
at
you
least-
59 minutes to cuddle.
Right.
But at least you have me.
Oh, and this guy.
Have you. It's all good.
And the amazing Mr. Hat.
He is looking at you, kid.
Good. Who's saying this?
Phoenix.
Good luck today, Apollo.
That voice!
Hey, get any sleep?
Mr. Wright!
I was going out of my mind with boredom, so I signed myself out earlier today. Somehow that place makes fake piano playing at the Indochine pasta joint seem almost fun.
Daddy, do you know who Prosecutor Gavin's witness is today?
Take a
I love you,
guess.
Scotty.
How about little Plum?
Won't be here long. I do have to sleep soon. Oh, look, she just seems to pull a massive dildo out of that hat. Oh, boy.
Mr. Hat
Only
is
if Phoenix a
Mr.
letter.
Mr. Hat is Mr. Garrison around too? Oh, yeah.
Hey, Mr. Hat.
That's bad.
Okay.
That Sherman tank of a mom? Nope. Guess again.
That's too bad. You know, speaking of moms,
You need to find me a new mommy one of these days, Daddy. It's barely morning and you're at it already, Trucy.
What's up, Daddy?
You have a higher pitch enough voice to music clean for Trucy, so you're good.
I'm gonna try it.
Okay, see, this is why I don't buy their father-daughter relationship. So, Mr. Wright, do you know who the prosecution's witness is?
Alita Tiala, your client's fiancee.
She's gonna be a witness?
but that seems odd. Why would she testify against her own fiancé?
You have to wonder what Gavin's up to, and I think you can keep the girl voice.
Okay, fine.
Because everybody else won't be
That
affected
dude,
by
that
it.
dude looks like he raided his daughter's
wardrobe.
Oh my god.
No, that's Mr. Rollins.
Okay.
Something's going down today. That much is clear.
Well, not to worry. I've got my panties back. If we can't find a killer, I'll pull one out of there.
Oh God.
She's gonna
Okay.
pull what out of her panties?
I guess the killer. June 17th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 4.
Order.
Court is now in session for the trial of Wocky Kitaki.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Prosecution is warmed up, and it's a sold-out house.
Very well. To recap, while yesterday's witness seemed more guilty than any other party,
Guilty of panty snatching.
we did find out one thing for certain. There were 3 people in the park at the time of the murder: the witness, the victim, and the defendant.
Correct, Herr Judge. And today, I like to do something a little new age. I like to look at this horrible crime from the outside.
The outside?
The acquisition of the murder weapon. The preparation for the act. Our poor defendant tore all, you see. To his brethren.
To his betrothed.
Oh, to his betrothed.
Yep.
Sorry.
His betrothed?
His fiancée, Herr Judge. His partner for life. With no chance for parole.
Oh boy.
Dun, dun.
Dun 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 indeed. Very well. You may show the lucky lady to the stand.
And yes, Scott, this is all about panties.
Your name and occupation, Fräulein?
Fräulein. That's fine.
Fräulein.
Right, Mike?
Alita Tiala, my occupation. Oh no.
Can you see it?
I can't.
Oh, it says,
Cut out.
Alita Tiala, my occupation is future wife. Ha!
My occupation. Future wife.
Ah, traditional values. I respect that. Too many brides these days can't even weave baskets blindfolded underwater. What the hell is that supposed to mean?
The fuck kind of skill is that?
I'm represented married.
Yeah, it's overrated. Yeah. Yet you're here today as a witness for the prosecution. With no chance for parole. Sounds like someone's got one of those dick torture devices on. Don't get hard or slice.
Ball
That's,
cage, baby.
that's a Saw movie come to life.
To be honest, I didn't want to testify at first. But I couldn't hide the truth.
Honesty, another admirable trait.
Proline, is it true that on the day of the crime, the defendant Wocky Kitaki confessed his plans? His plans for murder?
Yeah.
The witness will please give her testimony to the court. Oh boy,
Here we go.
Stitches.
Time for a little witness testimony.
Wocky's plan.
It was today that the family health checkup results came back. When Wocky found out that Dr. Meraktis had lied, he flew into a rage. I'll teach him, he said. He took one of the family's pistols. And you already know what happened that night. I just don't see how anyone but Wocky could have done it.
Oh, there you go. Nothing was happening when I came in a few minutes ago. Wocky Kitaki. Is that like Wocky Bukaki? Of course. So, the pistol did belong to the Kitaki family then.
Yes. With regards to this, an investigation is underway at the Kitaki mansion on charges of the possession of illegal firearms.
And the bullet that took the victim's life, was it?
Fired from the pistol the defendant procured? Yes, this has been proven.
How can you prove something like that?
Bullets carry marks on the barrel that fired them, called rifling marks.
Rifling?
Rifling marks?
Think of them as being a gun's fingerprint, left on every bullet it fires.
Yeah, okay. And when did you first hear about Wocky's plan?
It was the day of the murder. I should have stopped him. I just didn't think he would actually do it.
Very well. The defense may begin the cross-examination. Yeah, Dawn, the special guests are Keyblade Sonic in the upper left, Misty Jin on the lower left, and our boy Josh Dickerson in the upper right. So,
All right, cross-examination time. Wocky's plan.
It was the day that the family health checkup results came back.
Hold it! That was the day of the murder, correct?
Yes, everyone in the family received their checkup results that day.
I did
When
not
he
have
looked at
syphilis.
His face went so pale.
But of course, he had just found out he had a bullet in his chest.
So you were there. So you were there at the time.
Poor Wocky. When Wocky found out that Dr. Meraktis had lied, he flew
Meraktis.
into a rage.
it's okay. we'll just keep going.
Hold it! That must have been quite frightening.
He was furious. He ripped his report up into shreds.
Incidentally, I had to request another copy to file as evidence. A bothersome chore, but one I performed without complaint.
Wocky's at an age where he's hard to control when he loses his temper. Of course, that little bit of instability is so cute.
Great. Now he sounds like a psychopath.
Go ahead. Oh, can
Okay.
you see it?
Yeah, I can see it. I just
Okay. That's
I'll
okay.
take him, he said. He took one of the family's pistols.
Hold it!
Yeah, hold it.
So, is it easy to take a pistol out from the house?
Not really, I think. There's a system in place to limit access. But Wocky's a special case, being the next in line.
Perhaps his treatment was a bit too special, yeah?
Well, maybe he is a bit spoiled. I think he got a meeting present for his birthday.
Jason the Basher
Hey,
Klaus is like the stream.
well, nice.
Thanks a lot, boss. Wow.
Holy
and folks,
shit! What's up, Klaus?
yeah, another old friend of ours. So,
Last year was a switchblade made out of chewing gum and a chocolate gravestone.
chocolate
Sound-
gravestone.
Sounds like he has a taste for
That's fucked up.
sweets and danger.
What was that?
I said that's fucked up. Just a chocolate fucking headstone.
Yeah, I mean, the
Maybe
point.
I thought-
Yeah. What was that? I'm sorry. The point here being that Wocky had access to a pistol.
And you already know what happened tonight.
Hold it! What happened, meaning the murder?
I tried to stop him. I really did. But he wouldn't listen.
Our defendant was nothing if not determined, it seems.
The last thing you should do is blame yourself, miss.
You snitch.
I just don't see how anyone but Wocky could have done it.
Hold it! How can you say that for certain? How?
Her forehead, you will refrain from badgering the Fräulein. It was the
Their
defendant,
forehead.
Wocky, was it, who took the pistol from his home. We know this from a fact now.
I suppose we do.
So how could anyone else have used this pistol to shoot the victim? They could not. Simple logic, yeah?
That does seem to be the case. Does the defense have anything to say regarding this point?
Could someone else have used that pistol?
There was another. Now, folks, another detail in this case. The entry wound was in the right temple.
Right.
However, nobody could. There was a witness that shouted, and the victim turned his head, and to the right. But how could anybody shoot him in the right temple if his head was facing north? So there
Because
was
my
another.
fiance did it. God damn it.
Based on your testimony, there was clearly another.
Pull this
Dun,
down.
dun,
Dun
dun.
dun dun dun.
Yep.
What the twist?
One other person had access to that pistol.
Awesome.
That was perfect.
What's this?
Interesting. Let's ask the defense then. Tell
All
the
fucking
court
time.
who this other person with access was.
All together, everybody.
Sorry, baby, it had to be you.
Take that! Well, of course, I mean you, Ms. Tiala.
Me? Why?
You were quite clear when you told the court you heard about the pistol from the defendant on the day of the murder. In other words, you knew what he was planning.
Dun, 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 dun.
Let me get this straight.
You can. I encourage you to shout objection if you see it.
Gotcha.
If it's him, but that's cool.
Wait,
Objection.
we can voice objections while we're playing?
Sure. If
Oh, shit.
Josh, you're gonna have one in a minute. I'll tell you when.
All right.
Got it.
Objection! Let me get this straight. You intend to tell us that this lady stole the pistol from her fiancé
Yep.
and killed a man in cold blood on his behalf?
Yep.
I've heard of people doing strange things for love, but this?
It does seem a bit unfathomable, to be sure. I'm all for romance and for supporting your partner in life, to be sure. But I think I would hesitate at murder.
I'd hope you do more than hesitate.
Bitch.
But what if a different connection could be proven? A connection between the witness and the victim. We might find that she had a personal motive beyond wanting to help her fiancé.
She ain't helping me with shit.
That would put things in a slightly different light. What possible connection are you suggesting here?
You know what I'm starting to think? I'm starting to think that the police never looked inside that safe.
I have evidence showing a connection between the witness, Ms. Tiala, and the victim.
Okay, I'm gonna have to do something about this thing, but I want you to be able to see Clavier's face. So, shoot, let me see. It's probably these slippers because all right, I'm gonna hit him with it.
Take that!
I failed to see exactly what sort of connection this shows.
Well, see, that's because there
There's
isn't one.
6 toes in the sandals.
I believe I understand. And I believe your wildly wandering eyes deserve a penalty.
Well, it ain't that, so one more try. I'll get it this time. I have evidence showing a connection between the witness, Ms. Tiala, and the victim.
All right, what does story
What all do
mode
we
tell
have
us?
here?
The medical chart. That looks like a medical chart.
Found inside a safe at the Meraktis clinic. I'd like to draw the court's attention to the names written on the chart.
What?
What?
Ms. Tiala, whatever, why is your name on this chart?
Well, care to explain the meaning of this, Ms. Tiala?
I'm not sure what you mean by meaning, Mr. Justice.
Oh, my warm little fiance just froze over.
Yeah, look at the look of cold in her eyes just now. Whew!
I was on staff at that clinic until half a year ago. It was boring, so I quit.
Hey, Misty, can you put your mic towards your mouth a little bit?
That's
It was
just
boring.
yep.
So I quit. That's all. Is there a problem with that?
Yep, that's much clearer.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Ms. Tiala, you testified that you had no connection to the victim.
And I didn't. Now.
Now?
I quit half a year ago, didn't I? So there's no connection. Let me guess. You're the kind of guy who can't rest and who knows every last detail of his girlfriend's past. Am I...
Is he right? That's not true at all. Why, I embrace the ones I love.
Objection! There's no connection now doesn't fly in a court of law.
Dun, dun, dun.
Doesn't fly.
She's one tough nut. She probably feels right at home with the Kitakis.
Go ahead, Josh.
I've had a couple tough nuts in my day.
It was right
I don't know
there.
where I can jump in. I don't want to take away from the narrative, but I can't comment
that's-
in chat. I have to get these things out.
That's okay. I can see it in your eyes.
You left your job at the Meraktis clinic. True, but you remain connected somehow.
Very well, Mr. Justice. Show us evidence that proves the witness is still connected to the Meraktis clinic.
Pull out
Oh,
the condom.
No, I don't have a condom, but I do have his checkup report.
take
Dun,
that!
dun.
Well, I suppose I could see.
Here, Fred. This trial, you think you have found, it doesn't lead to the truth. Not to a long career in the legal profession, yeah?
Gee,
I like
thanks.
Jay.
Perhaps you will allow me to do the honors.
Why not? It might be nice for a change.
Keyblade, you're on your shit, by the way.
Let's rock.
So that's not it.
No.
I like Keyblade though. Like you're on your shit with your voice acting. I love it.
Yeah, he's awesome.
I'll take the usual penalty next time. Thanks.
I'm actually happy that I did that, because, man, that's a sweet riff.
Let's rock and roll.
Very, very well, Mr. Justice. Try again. Show us evidence that proves the witness is still connected to the Meraktis clinic.
Okay, I would have to imagine it being the slippers.
You
but-
know, I was thinking about the
It's all about
slippers,
the
too.
panties.
No.
the sandals.
Oh,
Take that!
Yeah, she left her shoes behind.
These sandals were found in the Meraktis clinic lobby. They're yours, aren't they?
Well, who knows? I'm sure there's lots of people with those sandals.
I have the same ones in
Oh,
pink.
sorry, Fräulein, but your act isn't working. Your moment of hesitation just now cost you.
What's with you? I thought you were on my side.
Perhaps you are unaware that toes leave toe prints. A simple analysis of these sandals will reveal all.
Well, now we see your true colors.
Anyone with a foot fetish could have told you that.
I was wrong to cooperate with you from the beginning. I just wanted you to help get Wocky back on the straight and narrow.
So you can have my money, bitch.
Right. This court thinks you need to worry less about Wocky and more about yourself. It sounds as though we need to hear a bit more about your story.
Your sandals were found in the entrance to the clinic, which means you went there on the day of the murder.
Well, there's little point in denying it.
Very well, the witness will tell us about this visit. Why did you go to the Meraktis clinic that day?
Okay, witness testimony time.
The Meraktis clinic.
I did go to the clinic that day. My first time in half a year since I quit in January.
Yep.
I went to warn him. After all, I knew Wocky had so
Had the pistol, yep.
the doctor always was a timid man. Too timid to admit his own mistake. Why would I have gone? I'm not hiding any dark secret.
I don't.
Red
I
flag.
wanted to tell him to be careful. As an old friend.
Old friend?
My ass.
By mistake, you mean the mistake we heard about from the defendant? The botched operation?
He was a timid, small man, but I never wished him any harm. I just thought I should let him know. You know.
That does make sense.
Yes, but there is still one thing which does not.
What's that, Prosecutor Gavin?
The sandals left in the lobby, of course. We can assume she wore these sandals to the clinic, yeah? Then why did she not wear them home? If it were me, I would have wore them home.
I would have worn those sandals home too. Huh. They look kind of tacky to me.
Yeah.
So why were the sandals left behind?
He pointed out the contradiction before me.
There's probably a good explanation for this, right, Miss Tiala? Say, for instance, there happened to be a similar pair of sandals there which you wore home by mistake?
Oh.
Dun dun dun.
Actually, that's right. I'm impressed, Mr. Gavin.
Oh, it is nothing. There is, after all, no other possible explanation, huh, Fuad?
Oh, what the? No fair! He's filling the holes in their testimony.
The defense may begin the cross-examination. Well, let's grill her like a hamburger.
Cross-examination time. The Meraktis Clinic.
I did go to the clinic that day. My first time in half a year since I quit in January.
Hold it! Around what time did you go to the clinic?
I don't remember exactly, but it was after 9:30, I think.
And that was the first time you had contacted Dr. Meraktis in half a year?
Of course it was. I wasn't the kind of boss you needed to be friends with.
So, why did you go to the clinic that day?
I went to warn him. After all, I knew Wocky had the pistol.
Hold it! Did you want Dr. Meraktis to run away?
Well, I failed to stop Wocky. I thought that was the only other way to avoid the problem.
Couldn't you have called? Why go in person?
I called several times that evening, but no one was in.
The victim was busy driving home until after 9 p.m. that night, remember? This was proven by this mirror yesterday, yeah?
I thought if I warned him, he would run away for sure. Knowing the doctor. The doctor always was a timid man. Too timid to admit his own mistake.
Hold it! You mean that act of malpractice on Wocky, correct?
If he had just told Wocky the truth in the beginning, none of this would have happened.
True, that operation was the start of this whole affair.
Oh, of course, if he told him, he might have been erased by the Kitakis much earlier.
A disturbing thought.
We know that the Meraktis clinic had ties on the Kitaki family. He probably couldn't have gone to the police, even if he wanted to.
That's why I knew I had to warn him. Why else would I have gone? I'm not
Liar.
telling dark secrets.
Hold it!
Let's press her on it.
No dark secrets, eh?
What? Look at me however you want, Mr. Justice. You won't find a thing.
She's hiding something, I know it! I must have some evidence that proves it too.
You're free to think whatever you like. I went to that clinic with only one thought in mind.
Chlamydia.
Jesus.
I wanted to tell him to be careful, as an old friend.
Hold it! But then you'd be betraying Wocky, wouldn't you?
No, I did it for him. For us.
She went to warn him, so that her fiancé could not have committed such a crime, huh, yeah?
I didn't want them to take my Wocky away.
There's no way she went to that clinic just to warn him.
Do you know why she went, Apollo?
Time to figure out what really happened at that clinic, and fast. Okay, we're just gonna go straight to like that contradictory thing. And
So we're
Yeah.
gonna let story mode play because I'm not sure. His bracelet's supposed to act up at some point. I think.
Well,
But
probably not yet, but
Yeah, she's probably got some dark secrets, but I'm trying to figure out what it is.
well, what about this? Objection!
The actual chart.
This chart was found inside a safe in the doctor's office.
Yes?
Why would this one chart be in that safe?
Yeah, why indeed?
Ms. Tiala, you know why it was, don't you?
Mind filling me in?
Dr. Meraktis didn't have the leisure of making mistakes. That's why he wrote up a false report and kept the truth locked away.
That's her, Doctor.
And this is where you come in, Ms. Tiala.
I'd like to come in, Miss Tiala.
The nurse who filed this chart was you, which means you knew about Wocky's failed operation.
Interesting.
You were in the same position as Dr. Meraktis. Kinda makes it hard to claim no connection, doesn't it?
You're bold for a novice. I'll give you that. Mr. Justice, you know I was a nut. The doctor is responsible for the chart's content.
This chart business seems to be quite important. Please amend your testimony accordingly.
Too bad, little attorney.
Oh, what the hell?
There it is. My bracelet's reacting again.
What is it, Apollo?
I felt my bracelet tighten just now.
Your bracelet?
Just like yesterday. Like you said. When a witness is unsure of something, their nervous habit gives them away.
But I can't see anything, Apollo.
Huh? Then what's my bracelet reacting to?
Wait, maybe. Yes, that has to be it.
What has to be it?
Your senses, Apollo. Huh?
Huh?
Go ahead.
They must be sharper than mine.
Huh?
I can't see it, but you can sense it.
I don't know about that, Trusty. I don't have some kind of special power or anything.
Yeah, you do. You showed it in the last trial and the one in this one.
Yeah, well, just Stickler.
Listen to me, Apollo. There's a weak point somewhere in Miss Tiala's testimony. We don't know what her nervous habit is.
Well, then what do we do?
You have to perceive it yourself, Apollo, with your eyes and your senses.
And it's up to me and my bracelet. I don't know why, but the bracelet helps. Somehow, touching it helps me focus. Let's give it a shot and bring down that testimony.
It's the cock ring of power.
Yeah.
A+. Why would I go to the clinic now for half a year-old charge?
All right, let's look into it.
Look down.
Yeah, look down.
Hey, that twitch. Get it. Gotcha!
Yeah, look at her twit. Yeah, she's fiddling with her ring.
Why go to the clinic for a half-a-year-old chart now, you ask? But you know why you would go now, don't you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
It was quite clear, Ms. Tiala. You have a nervous habit. The moment you said the word now, you used your right thumb to fiddle with your ring.
What?
She was unsure. I saw it. Now, that's the key word. The chart wasn't a part of your past. It was a clear and present threat.
That's ridiculous. Why, if that were the case, I would have 6 months to do something about it.
Indeed.
Eh?
Which means something happened quite recently. Something to make that chart a problem for you now. I got her on the ropes now. I can feel it. Time to strike the killing blow with evidence. Ms. Tiala, there's no use trying to hide it. The chart became a threat to you now because of this.
Now we're going to bring up the checkup report.
Yeah.
Take that.
Biatch.
A health checkup report belonging to the defendant. The Kitakis are trying to get out of the business. The health checkup this month was their first ever. What did you think when you heard about this?
Eh? Oh, nothing. Why should I think anything?
Oh, I would think you were positively beside yourself because you were afraid. You knew what Wocky's chest x-ray would reveal.
Dick.
Eh?
A full half year had passed since the operation. You thought you were home free when the chart came back to haunt you.
Dun dun dun.
Uh-oh. Yep, I heard the eep, so we're good.
That's all, Your Honor.
case closed, motherfucker.
What just happened? Did the witness just admit to lying?
I sensed it. There was a great aura emanating from her forehead. Very cool. So the lady was lying, it seems.
That's correct. She said she had no connection to the Meraktis clinic, but her connection was deep indeed. A bit too deep.
Phrasing.
We don't ever get too deep, baby.
If the Kitakis got a hold of this chart with her name, she'd be finished. Isn't that right, Miss Tiala?
You guessed it.
What in the world?
Order! Order!
Too large price.
I did it! I broke her testimony!
Amazing, Apollo! I didn't see it at all! Daddy was right about you!
Wait,
Ms. Tiala?
that's true. That chart was bad news for me. That's why I went to meet the doctor that day. But that's all. I told him about walking and went home.
It appears this cross-examination is far from over.
What?
She hid the truth from us. This is clear, yet it is not clear that this truth has anything to do with the case at hand.
Not yet. It doesn't.
Keep your hands off me, sir.
Very well. The witness will add this to her testimony. And we'll have a bit more cross-examination.
I was so close!
That's what he said.
Nah. You're still close! Keep on her,
That's what
Apollo!
she said.
Did I read it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Nothing happened at all. I warned him and left.
I'm
That's
sorry if I'm
not
interrupting anybody.
true.
My mind just works.
That's totally fine.
Wait, hold
no.
on.
So
What is story telling us?
so nothing happened, right? Well, can we just take a look at this lamp? Why is it broken? And
Why is it
why is
valid?
there a smudge of lipstick on it? I think
biting it
the
in the
lamp has something to. Oh, the bullet.
Objection! You say nothing happened in the doctor's office. I disagree. Take a look at this.
Why were you biting the lamp?
What's that? Looks like a squished up ball of clay.
Hey, it's
Kinda
a
like
grower,
you,
not a
actually.
shower.
Go ahead and say it again.
Kind of like you, actually.
This bullet was found in the Meraktis clinic office. Something did happen in that office, Miss Tiala.
Objection! Enough of this joking around. The police investigated that clinic.
Objection! But this was stuck inside the doctor's safe.
Inside the safe.
I guess the police didn't check that far.
Jackson, but there is a problem. How can you say that bullet was fired on that day?
Objection!
It's a lot of exceptions.
Yep.
Weren't you the one who explained rifling marks to us? The pistol was taken from the Kitaki mansion that day. If the marks on this bullet match the murder weapon, then that proves a firearm was discharged in that office on the day of the murder.
Not bad, her forehead.
Bailiff, have this bullet analyzed immediately. Josh, if the bailiff
Analyze
says
the
something.
fuck out of it.
Yeah, if the bailiff says something, you can say it. Never mind. He goes.
Objection!
30 minutes later, a report arrives.
Josh, you can read this.
The rifling markings on both bullets are identical.
Oh.
Dun, dun, dun.
Well, It seems as though the bullet in the safe was fired from the murder weapon. Perhaps the defense would like to state their position.
Doggy.
The bullet in that safe proves one fact. A pistol was fired in that office on that day. And at the time of the firing, the safe was open. The safe which contained the top secret chart.
Do you think someone was threatening Dr. Meraktis in order to open the safe?
Only one person was in a position to do such a thing. Our witness, Alita Tiala.
Order! Order! Mr. Justice, where are you going with this? Are you accusing the witness?
Alita Tiala knew about Wocky Kitaki's botched operation. She got engaged to him without telling him about it. As long as that bullet remained in his chest, his days were numbered. What if she married him and then the bullet finally reached its destination?
Just like in the movie. What?
The final
That reminds
destination.
me. Apparently, the Kitakis have been asserting themselves in lawful business practices. They're making quite a great deal of money. A fortune, if you will.
Ah. Nefarious. So she planned to marry him just to get her hands on this fortune? Yeah, Josh, this is you. Say objection.
Objection! You keep talking trash about my Alita, and I'll sue you, lawyer man.
Huh? Me?
Yeah, you said you'd abuse my Alita.
I think you mean accuse.
Same difference. You can't have her. She's mine. It was me. I shot the doctor. Me. He left me to die, so I left him to die too. There, in that park.
Wocky, just cool down a second.
You keep your hands off my Alita, or I'll...
Yeah,
She's laughing.
so yeah, she's starting to laugh. Ms. Tiala?
I hope that wasn't too loud.
I'm sorry. It's been so long since I laughed so hard.
Something funny?
Wocky, wake up and smell reality.
Josh?
That's you, Josh.
Alita, baby.
The signature on the chart, the engagement. I mean, come on, it's so obvious. Eat for brainless, spoiled brat such as yourself.
Alita?
Your honesty is like a breath of foul air, Fräulein.
Whew, what's she beating out of the garbage can?
Damn.
Ugh.
Hey, I wasn't getting out of this clean anyway.
So, the family fortune is what you're really after.
That's right. I wanted the money.
No way. That's whack. I ain't trying to hear that.
Should have done the wedding earlier. Oh well. By the way, can I ask you a question?
Who, me?
I believe you said you were going to abuse me.
Hey.
Accuse.
Of what crime, I might ask?
Huh?
Oh, I'm a bad girl, sure. I got close to that brat because I wanted his money.
That's why I chose her.
But he was the one with the pistol. He could have put it into the safe after I'd already left it in it.
What?
I would never do such a thing as that. It was definitely that silly brat.
Wait, but
What are you talking about?
Trucy!
You had the most to lose if that chart was found.
But I didn't have a pistol. Now, did I?
Just the one in my pants.
Well, you could have taken Wocky's.
You think he'd have mentioned that?
Aaron Shirley, thanks for the follow.
Thanks so much.
Turkey.
That's my Aaron.
Oh yeah.
All I've heard him say is, "It was me. I shot him."
Objection!
Objection!
That's only because he's trying to protect you!
Sorry to intrude in this lovely conversation. But the two of you are forgetting one critical point.
What point?
Certainly, the Fräulein wanted that shot. You assume she threatened the doctor into opening that safe. But then, wouldn't she have taken the shot?
Oh,
You see, that shot wouldn't have been left in that safe.
He's right!
Ms. Tiala,
Yes.
it is clear to this court that you are not a very good fiancé.
No shit.
Oh, I'm flattered.
Perhaps it's time you told us the truth. Tell us about yourself, including your actions and whereabouts on that day.
Don't forget, we've proven that you were at the Meraktis clinic on the day of the crime. Spill the beans, lady. Witness testimony.
The Meraktis Clinic 2. Hell of a sequel.
Yes, I went to the clinic that day to speak to the doctor. I wanted the shot, but I failed to get it. So I went back to the clinic later.
Hand jobs.
In any case, I didn't shoot him. You don't even have proof I stole that pistol, do you? And that brat was spotted in the park at the moment of the crime. Frankly, I don't think it matters if Dr. Meraktis was shot in the temple or not.
I think it does.
I think I have really bad taste in women is what's going on here.
You went back later?
That shot was dangerous, you understand. I needed to get rid of it. That's why I went that day.
But you couldn't get the shot then, could you?
And later that night, Dr. Meraktis was shot. I heard about the shooting, waited a day, but then I had to go back. No easy feat with the cops all over the place.
That was you?
Bitch.
Apollo! That sound! It came from behind this door!
Someone's in there!
Mind your business. I'm getting busy.
A break-in! They left through that window! So you were the burglar!
And that was you two? If only I'd had one more minute. Then I could have opened that safe and gotten the chart.
What? That's trespassing, and brazen at that.
Oh, is this a trial for trespassing now? Besides, you can't blame a girl for wanting to protect herself. They are gangsters, you know.
What about a gangbang?
In any case, Mr. Justice, your cross-examination.
Admitting a little crime to avoid the big one, eh?
One.
All right,
what
cross-examination time. Meraktis Clinic 2.
Yes, I went to the clinic that day to speak with the doctor.
I think we're just going to keep going.
Alright.
Actually, we'll hold it.
Hold it!
We'll go through.
Why that day?
That brat was uncontrollable. He was ready to kill. And that would bring in the police.
I hate being referred to as a brat. I think I'm on the top.
And that chart would become evidence. Might be hung out to dry.
police didn't check the safe, did they?
Well, they thought the crime scene was the park.
I'll make sure the responsible parties feel the heat. Such sloppiness won't be tolerated, yeah?
I'm kind of thankful for that sloppiness myself, actually.
Ugh,
That's what she
phrasing.
I wanted that chart, but I failed to get it, so I went back to the clinic later.
Hold it! Later?
When I heard what happened, well, I was too scared to do anything that day. So I waited until the day after. The 16th, wasn't it? Of course, you, that meddling kid, had put in my way.
Zoink, Scoob. But why did Dr. Meraktis keep that chart around? It was clearly dangerous for him. He could have burned it.
Because he's a coward. The chart was his insurance.
Insurance?
My signature on that chart, to be more specific. And I'm sure I couldn't betray him. In any case, I didn't shoot him. You don't even have proof I stole the pistol.
Hold it! But you could have stolen it!
Would have. Is this some new definition of proof?
Yep.
We'll ask Wocky. He'll tell us.
Objection! Might I remind you this is a cross-examination? You might want to keep your baseless theories to yourself.
He's right, isn't he?
And that brat was spotted in the park at the moment of the crime.
Hold it! Yeah, but,
But what? You have nothing to say. This case is over. It was over the moment that brat was seen in the park. What's the point in dragging this out any further?
That's what she said.
Frankly, I don't think it matters if Dr. Meraktis was shot in the temple or not.
Hold it!
How'd you know?
The doctor was shot in the right temple, yes?
So it seems.
Let's review the facts again, shall we?
Run it
Okay, here we go. Run it back, y'all.
If the killer shot from his location,
This location.
the bullet would have struck our victim square in the forehead.
So K
Something
is what?
distracted him.
So K is Wocky, and V, the victim, is Dr. Meraktis.
Right.
However, the entry wound was in the right temple.
So someone distracted him from the left.
Yep. Yes, we heard testimony on this yesterday. At the time of the shooting, the witness was standing here. Just before the gun was fired, he shouted. The victim turned his head to look and was shot.
Objection! But that testimony was proven to be a lie! Our egregious panty snatcher, Mr. Stickler, did witness the crime, but he was standing to the north, next to the trash can where he tossed those panties.
Someone's in the park.
If Mr. Stickler shot it from this location, the bullet couldn't hit his right temple.
Yeah.
Silly attorney.
What?
Do you remember what you had for breakfast that morning?
Bacon.
Eggs?
Do you remember, Trucy?
It's
I always-
pancakes, Rock. Pancakes.
I always have a glass of milk for breakfast. I prefer
Waffles myself.
What matters is one thing. The doctor was shot in his right temple. If that's the case, there can only be one explanation. The panties guy was mistaken.
I don't know about that.
Hey, we ain't mistaken about
Objection!
panties in this motherfucker.
But his location was proven. You can't write that off as him being mistaken.
Then why don't you show us her forehead?
This dude punches that specific spot.
Show you what?
Yep, he does.
Must I explain everything? Very well. Let's recap. If the witness panties guy was standing to the north, then where was the shooter standing? From what location did the killer shoot the victim?
The park.
But wait, if the witness was standing there, how could anyone shoot the victim in the right temple?
I think I know.
I merely lay out the facts for us. It is up to the one possessing the shiny forehead to show us.
Good laugh, by the way.
If you can, that is.
Wocky Kitaki was standing at the killer mark, Wesley Sticker at the witness mark, and of course Pal Meraktis was at the victim mark.
So where was my bitch of a fiance?
Yeah. Well, let's hear what the defense has to say. We're not sure yet, Josh. Where was the killer standing when they shot the victim? Someplace else.
Someplace else.
As the facts stand now, we can't explain this crime without contradicting ourselves at some point. But I know why. The real killer shot from an entirely different location.
What are you talking about? I don't see any other place.
Apparently, Mr. Justice does. Let's hear it. Where in the park did the killer shoot the victim from?
Objection!
It's time to raise the roof and the stakes.
Eh?
Penalties are such frightening things, don't you think? But what if they were a bit more terrifying?
Well, that's a dick move.
Yep, sure is.
You get your ACDC ass out the stand.
Like so.
Oh, there's 2 hits now. A double penalty.
Well, that's a dick
Here,
move.
Forehead wishes to take us in a new direction. Then he must be ready for the challenges ahead.
Challenge accepted. It's
Barney
justice
Stinson.
time.
It's more for time.
Mastodon!
Are you sure, Apollo?
The key is the witness, Mr. Stickler's testimony. If we believe that, and we know where he stood, and the victim turned when he shouted, there's only one place the killer could have been. The killer shot the victim from here.
All together, everybody.
In the noodle stand. Take that! I believe we all owe a debt of gratitude to Ms. Alita Tiala.
Oh, what do you mean?
Thanks to you, we had a chance to review the crime. And this time, we were prepared. We know that Wesley Sticker was telling the truth. We should have listened to him from the beginning. Wesley Stickler was standing next to the trash can when he saw the 2 men. He shouted just as he told us in his testimony.
No!
And the victim turned to look in his direction. A shot was fired. The victim was hit in the right temple.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes!
Oh, yes!
Which direction was his right temple facing at that moment? That's right, toward the noodle stand!
Order! Order!
2 large fries and a Diet Coke.
So, you're saying the killer was inside the noodle stand?
Objection! Let's think about this a bit more, shall we? You say the killer was inside the noodle stand, which would mean the victim, Dr. Meraktis, came to the park, wheeling his own murderer in the cart behind him.
This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. I think you'd notice if you were pulling someone along.
Objection! There's something we should worry about before that. Why was he pulling the noodle stand in the first place?
Yeah, why? Can we finally get to that point?
Objection! Let's deal with our problems one at a time, shall we? Someone was hiding in the stand. We have not come this far to talk about possibilities. Let's talk about proof, baby. Show us evidence that proves someone was in the stand.
Can I prove that? You want evidence that someone was in that stand?
Well, I've
You
got
can't
got it.
handle the nudes.
I've got it right here.
intriguing. Let's see what you've got. Show
you
us
said.
proof that someone was hiding in the noodle stand.
All together, everybody. Take that. The Meraktis Clinic. And they're covered with paint. These slippers were found in a trash can near the crime scene.
And
A single slipper print was found at the scene. Right next to the noodle stand. Oh, and Ms. Tiala, your toe print was found in the left slipper.
Boom, bitch.
In other words, this is proof you were inside that noodle stand.
objection! Yes, there was only one slipper mark found at the scene. Can this be called a footprint in good faith?
Oh, shut up.
Objection!
On one foot.
Observe the diagram. A park pathway runs right next to the slipper mark. A slipper wouldn't leave a trace on a cobblestone path.
Objection! Yet you still cannot say this is a footprint, yeah?
Why not?
You have an impression left by a single slipper. What if it was on the stand and simply fell to the ground?
Objection!
Pressure,
That's just dumb.
right?
One more thing. A noodle stand is typically cluttered with the tools of the noodle making trade. There's no room for a person to ride in there.
All right, but, you have a point. Could someone have hidden in that stand?
Apollo, I think I might be onto something.
Huh?
I think I figured out one of our pieces of evidence. In order to make room in the stand, some things would have to be...
Well, Mr. Justice, do you have proof that someone could have hidden in the stand?
I can prove one thing. Someone did scheme to clear space in that stand.
Yes, I think it has to be the bowl.
Yeah, the
Yep.
bowls. He got all the bowls out of there. This is a noodle bowl from the stolen Eldune's Noodles noodle stand.
Yes, and what about it?
We discovered a large quantity of these bowls yesterday in the lobby of the Meraktis Clinic.
And they were washed clean.
Yep.
A large quantity of noodle bowls in the victim's clinic?
Mr. Eldune was very clear about these bowls.
Well, I don't care who did it.
Without that stand, I'm finished. All my noodle bowls were in there too.
Yeah, that's cool.
that okay?
Good one. Yet the bowls were removed. That night, there was space inside that noodle stand. Space created at the Meraktis Clinic, no less. Right around the time that you were there, Miss Alita Tiala.
Stop!
That was good. I love that.
I won't listen to any more of these wild fantasies. No, not fantasies. There are worse lies than that spoiled brat pickup lines.
Wow.
Hey.
Damn. I would like to remind the witness of her current status. This court does not consider you entirely innocent.
Show me an innocent. I'll tell you a fairy tale.
In any case, the defense has somehow made its point. The witness had both a motive and an opportunity to kill Dr. Meraktis.
More fairy tales. This whole trial's a fairy tale.
Then please pull us back down to reality, Ms. Tiala. Yeah, good catch there. I pressed the button too quickly. I'm giving you one last chance to explain yourself.
This is it. Why was Dr. Meraktis pulling that stand that night? And what was Alita Tiala doing inside it? Time to get to the bottom of this case.
Well, we wish.
Witness
It's all about
testimony
the hand
time.
job.
Tiala's
Panties and hand
explanation.
jobs.
That night, I went to ask Dr. Meraktis for the chart. I had no intention of ever letting that chart fall into the Kitaki family's hands.
That habit.
But Dr. Meraktis didn't understand. For some reason, Kitakis had sent me. So I gave up and went home. All I did was talk to him.
No, he didn't. Look at the look at the way he's
that hand.
Look at that. Yeah. Press. I think you knew about the botched operation, so you tried to get rid of the chart to save yourself.
I won't make excuses. And I did warn the good doctor. Gave him a chance. I told him that brat got his health checkup report. And that he was coming to settle the score.
I see. Very well, Mr. Justice. Begin the cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. This is the last testimony. Either I perceive the truth or it's over.
You know, we gonna do it.
I think I know where to go.
Yeah.
Cross-examination time. Tiala's explanation.
That night, I went to ask Dr. Meraktis for the chart. I had no intention of ever letting that chart fall into the Kitaki family's hands. But Dr. Meraktis didn't understand. For some reason, he thought the Kitakis had sent me. So I gave up and went home. All I did was talk to him.
Let's get a look at it.
I'll pull about 4 inches from the mic. Breathe.
Oh, okay, thanks. Sorry about that.
And went home.
A twitch.
All I did
Gotcha! All I did was talk and lie.
Oh, what? Show me proof.
I'm pretty sure about this one. I think I'm getting the hang of this. A little slip of confidence, and they give it all away.
That's
The
what she
proof,
said.
the proof is you, Ms. Tiala. All I did was talk to him, you claim. Yet you can't hide your own nervous twitch when you say those words.
Like, bitch? What are you talking about?
You have a habit of scratching the area of your neck around the edge of your scarf.
What?
This is working better than I hoped. Her unconscious actions tell the truth she won't say. Habits and lies. 2 dots. Connect the dots and find the truth.
Don't look at me like that. I told you the truth.
It seems that when you recall what really happened in that office, you can't keep your hands off your neck, can you? Seems that nervous habits are unconscious reactions that manifest when someone is trying to hide something. You can't hide behind your scarf, Ms. Tiala. Something happened between you and the victim in the Meraktis Clinic office. And I've got proof that shows exactly what happened.
Now we can bring out the lamp.
Take that!
What's that?
Your lip prints on the lamp you were biting when he was banging you.
I kind of wish it was like that, but
You're touching your scarf again. There's something unusual about this lamp. The bulb is broken, and there's a red splotch on the cord. Seeing how you hide your neck, I think I can come up with a plausible explanation for the lamp's state.
Well, spit it out.
That's what she said.
Talking in circles nonsense is killing me.
Very well. The answer is very simple. Ms. Alita Tiala, please remove your scarf.
here we
And
go.
show us the choke marks.
Here it is, the moment of truth.
Oh, no.
Not bad.
That's all right. Hey,
Look, she showed us her O face.
not the one I was expecting.
Action! This is a trial to determine what happened in that park. Yet we have seemed to have drifted off target.
Objection! We'll find out soon enough if we're drifting as soon as the witness removes her scarf.
I won't do it. This is insane. I'm an unrelated third party.
Oh, can it, sister?
Yeah,
Don't
bitch.
order me to remove my clothing.
Take it off!
Ms. Tiala, I'm afraid you've forgotten what's already been proven.
What?
You're hardly unrelated.
You fucked
Please,
your
please remove your scarf.
cousin. I'm sorry.
No. No.
Uncle Jessup told me we'd be okay.
I knew it. So I was right, wasn't I, Ms. So I was right, wasn't I, Ms. Alita Tiala? Whoa.
She's a freak.
Your neck. That isn't what I think it is.
Something did happen that night at the Meraktis clinic. You needed to get that chart back no matter what it took, even if you had to steal your fiance's pistol to do it.
Oh, but wait. Looking at this lamp and the witness's neck, it looks like the very opposite happened.
Exactly. The victim in the clinic that night was this witness. Specifically, you tried to threaten Dr. Meraktis and he attacked you. That's what happened that night at the Meraktis clinic. She's gonna lose it.
as the leaves fall all around. Order! Order! Will someone please tell me what really happened?
I told you the truth already. I went to the clinic that night to warn Dr. Meraktis. That gangster knows everything. He's coming for you.
Josh,
That's
you
what
can
she
get
said.
Josh, you can get Dr. Meraktis.
Looks like my clinic's seen its last patient.
We have to get rid of that chart. Wait, open your safe. Give it to me.
So you can save your own skin?
What?
I know what you're up to. You want in with the family. And if they see that chart, you're finished. Leaving me holding the short straw. But if I'm going down, I'll want some company. You.
And what happened next?
He jumped at me and knocked me to the floor. Then he took that cord.
Ugh.
How Meraktis was so serious. Deadly serious. He really tried to strangle me. I must have blacked out.
Damn. What a bastard.
I'm a dick.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Piece of shit.
What the fuck, me?
So, you were the victim.
And the red splash on the cord was your lipstick.
I mean, it was shaped like lipstick, for crying out loud.
I didn't want to remember that name.
That's what my first girlfriend said.
That's why I didn't bring it up. There. Are you happy now?
Eh?
I was out cold. Almost killed. And you claim I then snuck into that noodle stand. But how could I?
Well, hang on a minute. Well, one thing is clear. We now know what really happened at the Meraktis clinic. And it would seem that our victim was not entirely without blame himself.
sorry. I get so nervous just thinking of it. It's hard to breathe. I told you everything. Can I go home now?
9.
Nope. Yet.
Yet you bear some responsibility. You bear some responsibility for events that day. True. Yet if you were also a victim, this court would owe you some sympathy. Well, Mr. Justice, I believe this clears up the remaining questions for Ms. Tiala.
When did this happen? Suddenly everyone's sympathizing with her.
I don't know what to think anymore, Apollo. I mean, is that it? Do we know everything we need to know about Miss Tiala?
No.
Not quite.
No.
Very well. This finishes the cross-examination of this.
Objection.
Objection.
This Metallica motherfucker.
Yeah.
Not so fast. This party's just getting started. Now we rock.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. What?
Those spikes on your head are softer than they look. Or do you not have the stomach to go all the way?
Oh, don't tease me with a good time.
Come on, baby.
Prosecutor Gavin.
Prosecute me, baby.
Meraktis choked Alita Tiala. She fell unconscious. But what happened next?
He's right. There's more we don't know.
But she was choked hard enough to leave that mark. She would have been out for a while.
Even still, what if it was her in that noodle stand?
Huh. Alita Tiala, half dead. Dr. Meraktis pulling that stand. And a bullet fired from inside the noodle stand.
What if it's all true? We might have already figured out what truly happened that night.
Ms. Alita Tiala, as you can see, we're not through with you just yet.
Dun, dun, dun.
You really want to blame me for this murder, don't you?
Yes.
You too, Prosecutor Gavin.
Me, Fräulein, I only wish to know the truth.
Well, let's go back over what we've learned up till now. On the day of the murder, Wocky saw his checkup report, from which he learned about the bullet still inside him. So he took a pistol from the family stash, with the intent to give Dr. Meraktis some of his own medicine.
And Miss Tiala heard about this from Wocky, so she went to the Meraktis clinic ahead of him in order to get rid of the chart with her signature.
But then, something happened.
She got her ass choked out.
Sounds like you figured it all out. But
Yeah,
remember,
Lita.
I was the victim. I was out cold.
But what about Dr. Meraktis?
That does seem to be the problem. He had just strangled Alita Tiala. Perhaps he thought to death. What did he do after his crime?
I was just knocked out, not dead.
From the state of his clinic and the scene in the park, I think it's clear what the good doctor did next. Well, her forehead, care to guess?
Jacked off?
Well, Mr. Justice, what did Dr. Meraktis do?
Maybe he did think he killed Alita Tiala. Do I have evidence to show what he did next?
I think so.
Yeah, bro.
Take that!
The noodle bowls.
A large quantity of bowls were found in the clinic. Bowls that belonged in a certain noodle stand, which means the stand was at that clinic. Why? Because Dr. Meraktis stole it and brought it there!
What? Killing me disturbed him that much? So much he randomly stole a noodle stand.
Here's the deal. The noodle
did it.
stand was parked right next to the clinic.
She did it.
It wasn't so random. Remember, he removed all the bowls.
Maybe because the stand was heavy.
Or he wanted to put something in the stand in their place.
Oh.
Ah, wait. You don't mean
I do. Dr. Meraktis did replace those bowls with something. Your corpse, Ms. Tiala!
Oh my god.
Dr. Meraktis panicked. He thought he killed you.
His next move would be to dispose of the body.
Look, that's crazy talk. You're all crazy.
Objection! Then let's think about it. Logically, the doctor had a place to dispose of you in mind. But on his way there, who should he run into but the defendant, Wocky Kitaki?
Objection! I question your logic.
What's this, Prosecutor Gavin?
The park is a dead end. Why would he head in a direction to begin with?
That's right. He had no reason to go there. Oh, now I get it. It was a trick. That spoiled brat made him do it. He made the doctor steal the stand.
Objection! Tell me, why would someone go to a dead end unless the park was his destination?
What?
Apparently, the defense has an idea. Tell us where Dr. Meraktis was heading with the stand. Here, please show us on this diagram. To where exactly was the victim dragging the stand?
Pop quiz.
Yeah,
What do you do to dump a dead body? Where do you dump
River.
her?
Yep.
The river.
In a van down by the river.
Take that!
In a van down by the river.
There, that's a river.
Yes, Your Honor. I scarcely need to explain why.
A perfect place to dispose of a body.
He was going to throw me into that river?
He didn't have many other options, Fräulein.
I believe this clears up all of the remaining questions.
Somehow I think this isn't the end yet.
No, probably not.
The victim pulling the stand and the defendant before him. And inside the stand, you, Ms. Alita Tiala. And then the denouement.
The denouement, baby.
The denouement. Wesley Stickler of panty snatching fame walks up.
How about infamy?
Seeing the two men, he shouts. In that instant,
I need her panties.
Stop!
Don't do it. You tried to kill me, motherfucker.
So, I shot him?
you were the only one who could have stolen Wocky's pistol. It had to be you.
It had to be you.
Rah, 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 rah.
Well, Ms. Tiala?
That's work.
You mean I'm right?
I mean, you've done a fine job dreaming up a story. Get that spoiled brat off the hook.
Look, you got about 18 more times to call me a spoiled brat.
You're the one who's dreaming. Apollo's backed up everything he said with facts. If you're so sure he's making it up, give us another reason. Why was Dr. Meraktis pulling that stand through the park?
Who knows? But there's one gaping hole in your logic.
She said gaping.
Mr. Gavin knows whereof I speak.
Whereof what? I can't believe she's still trying to deny this.
Is this
She
true,
denied it,
Prosecutor?
supplied it.
Yeah. Is this true, Prosecutor Gavin?
Must I be the one to point out her forehead's errors?
Maybe there really is something.
I believe the Fräulein speaks of her doctor's car.
His car? Wait a minute now.
That's right. The Meraktis Clinic had that big garage.
In which sat a green sports car, was it?
Why did he steal the stand in the first place? If he wanted to carry a body, he would have used his car.
Under normal circumstances.
And so we find our victim without probable cause to steal that stand. And our defense without a case.
Not necessarily.
Objection! I have an idea. You know that green car? I bet it wouldn't run. It was broken.
Ah, what an excellent counter-argument, Fräulein. Too bad you're quite wrong.
Hey?
Don't tell me you've forgotten what happened to your daddy.
Daddy?
That's right! That night, the car that hit Mr. Wright was that green sports car.
Oh, yes. I'd nearly forgotten about it.
Afterward, he drove it back to that garage. It ran fine.
Now, hang on a
Wait
second,
a
though.
minute.
Now, just really quickly here. That accident happened around 9 p.m., but the
Right.
time of death was after 10 p.m.
Uh-huh.
So there's an hour? Huh.
That's right. So why didn't he use his beloved sports car?
Clear
A
the wall.
glaring contradiction, to be sure. More glaring than your forehead.
What a dick.
No! No!
Rubble. Order! Order! Well, Mr. Justice, why didn't Dr. Meraktis use his car to carry the body?
Is that groan of surrender I hear?
That's what she said.
There is no surrender.
That's also what she said.
Some advice. Now's a good time to review all you know.
Ready?
Everything you've
hint.
learned over the last 2 days.
Remember,
Yep,
everything I've learned?
I know exactly what to do. Mr. Justice, this contradiction casts doubt on your entire case. This is truly your last chance. The defense will explain to us what happened that night.
The car
didn't run.
Exactly. I have an idea. It's all coming together.
It's all coming back. It's all coming back.
That
to
night,
me
Dr.
now.
Meraktis couldn't use his car.
Ha! Now you're making even less sense than usual.
Not according to my information, Ms. Tiala. Put one and one together, and the explanation is simple.
You get
If it's
six.
if it's so simple, perhaps you can show us some evidence. Show us proof why the car wouldn't run that night.
All
Question, I have a
together,
question. I have
everybody.
a question.
Yeah.
Pause.
Yes.
The top right corner. Why is that flashing red?
Oh, because if I get it wrong, then it's a health bar missing. It's a penalty. So,
Got it.
but we're not going to hit that because we're going to hit this. Are you ready?
Take that!
Let's see now. Panties again. What is it?
All about the panties.
All sorts of things come out of my panties. Even the truth.
Jesus. Oh boy.
That's the line.
Yep, that's the line.
Oh my
Another-
god, I love it.
Another crime was committed the night of the murder. The theft of these panties. The latest in a string of similar thefts, actually. But that night, the snatcher was caught in the act.
Did I not say an hour ago it all comes back to the panties?
Yep, you did too.
Did predict it.
A brave young girl chased the thief until he hid in the Meraktis Clinic garage.
What?
The snatcher hid the panties there before running. Perhaps someone in this court remembers where he hid them.
Why, weren't they found in the car's exhaust pipe?
Exactly. By the way, I learned something yesterday. A very important piece of information. And I learned it from you, Prosecutor Gavin.
Dun, dun, dun.
So you were here investigating?
I was on my way home when my hog gave up the ghost.
Your hog?
My motorcycle won't start. A clogged exhaust pipe.
Too bad. It looks like such a nice bike, too. Hard to believe it could break just from that.
Stinky panties.
Cars, motorbikes, they're all the same. Clog the exhaust and they won't run.
Dun, dun, dun.
How interesting.
While Ms. Tiala and the doctor were struggling, the panty snatcher snuck into the Meraktis garage. From that time until the time we found these, that car wouldn't start.
What?
That's why Dr. Meraktis had to use the noodle stand. It was the next closest thing he could think of.
You ready to rock, baby? Well, Ms. Tiala, this wraps your doubts up quite nicely, I think.
So it does.
Where are your panties?
Ugh.
Where?
So she's coming. She's coming to in this. Like she's waking up from her coma.
Where am I? It's so dark. Can't see. Cramp. Pain. My throat's burning.
What? Okay, so I'll be Dr. Meraktis. What's your problem?
You, Doc. I know what you did.
Huh?
Wocky?
You lied to me. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give you a taste of your own medicine, man.
Wait! Let me explain.
Fine. I'll give you your last request.
Listen, you're being tricked, but not how you think. It's not just me.
No! He'll ruin everything. I have to stop him.
Jesus, I want you to.
Boom. Oh. And there he goes. Yeah, he's snapping his fingers to the time.
Just like that.
Jazz hands.
Jazz hands indeed.
Funny. This isn't the way it was supposed to turn out. Oh well, too bad.
There you go.
Extraordinary.
There's still one mystery. How did you manage to disappear from that stand?
Showed him her panties.
In silence after the shot, I heard the witness running.
I believe we heard as much from Wesley Stickler. He went to use a public phone to inform the police.
Which is when I made my escape.
Which is when you left that slipper print.
Dr. Meraktis didn't bother taking my slippers off. I threw them out after I stepped in that paint, though.
Yeah, that's where the paint comes in.
That was your mistake.
No, my biggest mistake is coming to you for help, Mr. Justice.
Get emotional with this next line.
Fuck
I
you.
believed in you. You and your agency. If anyone would get Wocky declared guilty, it was you.
Well, wow, you're under arrest. I believe we've reached a conclusion of sorts. Prosecutor Gavin, how is Ms. Alita Tiala doing?
She's confessed to everything. We're processing her arrest now.
Prosecutor Gavin sure seems calm for someone who just lost.
I think he already knew. He'd figured out she was the killer a while ago.
Some advice. Now's a good time to review all you know. Everything you've learned over the last 2 days.
He lost, but I didn't exactly win either.
Something the matter, her forehead.
Looks like it's time to announce a verdict.
All together, everybody. Not guilty! Wocky,
Wocky, Wocky. Court is adjourned.
It's all over. You can cry now. June 17th, 4:12 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2.
Great job, Apollo. You did it.
Yeah, we did, somehow.
Wocky's off the hook. Free to become the gangster he's always wanted to be. And he has you to thank.
That's you, Josh.
Hey, journeyman. You're gonna pay for what you did to my Alita homes.
Or to blame, I guess.
You give my Alita back. Stupid, pointy-head attorney with a death wish.
Enough, Wocky.
Mr. Kitaki.
It's high time you open your eyes, Wocky.
What do you know, old man? I think it's about time you open yours. Giving up the life, trying to become some kind of businessman.
Don't talk about what you don't understand, Wocky.
I'm afraid the guard is going to throw both of them out.
If not in jail, wouldn't that be a happy ending?
Hey, maybe we can help them out. We know why Mr. Kitaki needs to make so much money. Maybe we should tell Wocky. Oh, Wocky, Apollo has something to tell you.
Huh? I do? Way to put me on the spot.
Yeah? What's that?
Show him the reason why, Apollo.
Why is Mr. Kitaki trying to become a businessman?
Because of that chart, I'm thinking.
Yeah, I think so too.
Check up and...
Take that! Think about it, Wocky. Think about your condition. I talked with your mother, Little Plum, yesterday.
It pays, but we need a lot of money right now. Clean money, that is.
She doesn't mean... You aren't really... Are you?
I searched the globe, and I found one. A doctor who can take that bullet out of you, Wocky. But it's an expensive procedure.
Man, but you got plenty of money already, don't you?
I won't use it.
What?
It was the gangster life that did this to you, Wocky. I want to help you, and I want to do it clean. Those eyebrows. Please understand.
Eyebrows?
Yeah, yeah. It's like I thought those were his sunglasses. Please understand, Wocky.
Dad? Man, I see how it is. Oh man, always you looking out for.
Wocky?
Listen, good old man. One day, I'm gonna take you out, and then we'll see who's the OG. You try to hide in your business suit, I'll find you. Stupid old geezer.
Wocky!
No, it's as it should be.
Mr. Kitaki, I liked him more without the puppy dog eyes.
I'm glad to have met you. I'm not so good with words, but I know a professional job when I see one. Thank you.
Who, me? I don't think...
Someday, I'll bake you one of our latest, the Kitaki lime pie.
Ooh. He's opening a pie shop?
He loves pie.
So long.
I know somebody who likes pie more than anybody.
Mm-hmm.
He smells what the Rock is cooking.
Mm-hmm. And he was gone.
Well, let's head back, Apollo. to the right anything agency.
Hey, since when do I work at your agency?
Aw, we make a good team. Don't just stand there. Let's get going.
Huh? Why not? She did help me out.
And you've seen all her panties.
And there's a few questions that still need answers.
Yep.
Want to find out what else you can pull out of there?
Like this power of mine that she showed me. And my bracelet. If anyone can help me figure it out, it's her. Well, let's see. Though I can't see I care much for what her father's become.
Oh, that's right. We have to go someplace first.
Huh? Where?
Why, to claim our reward from Mr. Eldoon.
Ah, salty noodles. Right. He got his stand back already?
I don't want his salty noodle.
Oh, and after that, you can come see my show. With a special appearance by the amazing Mr. Hat.
Heyo.
Oh, it's special, all right. Please, anything but him.
Drugs are bad.
That's the end of that case. Folks. All right.
So we will save our current progress, and we'll overwrite the save date already in the slot because
You
never know. So okay, folks.
Looks like we're gonna bug out of here, guys. Thank you for joining our stream, and hell of a job, everyone.
Yes, I'm very, very pleased by the performance. I can't wait to listen back to it. So let's go back to intermission real quick.
I hope I wasn't too loud. I just realized how close my mic was to my mouth.
You were perfect. It was great, Josh. So
I kept putting out with the screens.
yeah, yep. I think it's it'll be a little bit of a trial and error, but in closing, for Keyblade Sonic,
Mr. Press 479.
for Misty Jin, I'm the Cannonball Alex Steele.
I am the package Andrew Steele.
We are the Steele Brothers, and we are for real.
Top guys out.